Hey everyone, Entast here, and one of the giants of the Genshin Impact community has just announced that they are quitting Genshin Impact. They're moving on. Now, they're not quitting for the 7th time like me, but they are quitting for the final time, and it is 1010. Now, 1010 has made some amazing guides. I think that, some of the videos that he's made on the game have been incredible. And I would recommend you go to his channel. The link is down below. And I would check out his content because he's great. Very smart. Big brain. And is going to be doing content on Wuthering Waves, on Blue Protocol most likely as well down the road. Has already made some really good videos about this stuff. And I think that he is pretty analytical about different things. He says it how it is. If a system sucks, if a character sucks, he'll tell you. And I think that that's a valuable thing to have. But he does make some really good content. And, I wish him luck. That's all I'll say right now at the very beginning is, 1010, I hope you do awesome. It is miserable covering a game that you're not enjoying. I've done it for 2 years. It's miserable. It's miserable. And so moving on, I hope he has a lot of success. But, this is someone who's been in the community for a long time. Right? This isn't, I made a couple videos. This is dedication to the game, to the community. Now we're into some other stuff here, but 1010 is awesome. But I get it. I think a lot of people are feeling like 3.7 in Genshin Impact is pretty slow right now. I get it. I feel it. And I think that as people get further and further into the game, they start to recognize, some of these claims that people like MTash make are starting to make sense. The boredom in the end game, the lack of things to do, the daily grind getting frustrating, exploring getting boring. There's lots of things that I brought up from time to time, and people who are new to the game always rag on me, and they're like, I love this game, you're an idiot. And then when they get to rank 55 and 60, they're like, okay, yeah, no, I get the rage a little bit. And I think that 1010, much like me, wants endgame. They want, just more stuff to do with these juiced up characters. And month after month, week after week, patch after patch, it's been pretty obvious that the game is about the TCG and mini games, and it's not about content. And that's not what people like me signed up for. And so when we say, yeah, I think we're going to quit, we're going to move on, it's not fun for us anymore, well, that doesn't mean it's not fun for someone who likes those things. You're allowed to like those things, but I think more and more people, especially when other games like Honkai Star Rail, or even for myself, something like Diablo, when a new game that comes out and steals our attention, it becomes harder and harder to play a game that you don't enjoy, right? If the juicy new game that you love comes out, you don't want to play the old thing. Right? I don't want to play with you anymore. It's like the Toy Story meme. I think that more and more creators will move on from the game as time passes. And I don't know who's next, but I will tell you what. I don't know exactly when Fontaine drops. And maybe creators like 1010 or creators like myself will come back. If there's new content and new things to do, I want to enjoy them, but until then, I'm not going to mess around on rerun banners and doing mini games that aren't fun, right? And I feel like there's this weird, not obsession with the game, but it's like, if you leave it, you're not allowed to come back. Or if you're saying, hey, I'm bored, it's like, yeah, well, you're an asshole. You're a jerk. And it's like, bro, I knew it's not having any fun. It's not my fault. Like, it's been 2.5 years. I just need some new content. And so I think that it's probably healthy. It's probably in everyone's best interest to take a break, and then we come back and we swim around in Fontaine and we have a good time. We make guides when we can make guides. We make content when there's content to make. But a lot of these mini games that you don't even have to open your eyes to play, it's really hard to make a video or a guide on it. You know what I'm saying? The puzzles that are literally, you can just spam click and complete them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in team 1010, go do your thing. I'm kind of doing my thing. If I'm being honest, like if we go look at my channel here, the posts are becoming further and further apart because I am already getting bored of Honkai Star Rail. It was fun. I made a video saying, hey, there's some things that they've done really good. I gave my thoughts on the game and said, hey, it's pretty fun. I like it, but it's not fun forever. And I'm not going to force myself to play it forever either. You know what I'm saying? I think that you can't just grind a game until you hate it. I would rather not play Honkai for a month and return when there's a new planet and enjoy it than resent it the way I did with Genshin. Me, if I do quit Honkai, which I pretty much am as of Thursday, it's not supposed to be this like hatred thing. It's supposed to be, hey, I've got a new game I want to try. Hey, I want to try something different and get creative. And I feel like with a lot of content creators, they're scared to do it. They're really terrified of moving on, that their channel will fall off. They're scared that the community is going to hate them and resent them. But I think at the end of the day, you have to recognize that content creators are people. And would you want to play a game for like 2,000 hours extra when there's no content? Just so you can make videos? You can imagine it starts to get a little boring or a little annoying, right? And so maybe 1010 wanted to quit 6 months ago, but has been terrified that the community will rip him apart. Maybe someone like myself, who does complain a lot, should have moved on a year ago, but I was scared to move away because I'm terrified that no one will watch my shit. I'm terrified that my content isn't good, and I somehow got lucky on Honkai Star Rail, on Genshin, and as soon as I cover Diablo, my channel's gonna die. It's a very scary thing to do. It's a terrifying thing to do. And so I think there's probably quite a few Genshin creators and even Honkai creators that are getting bored of the games they play. They want to move on, but they just can't, or they won't. Some people may be under some contracts. And I think that if you guys like a creator and you think that the videos they brought you joy, they're funny, you learned something. If they do try a new game and you like that game, support them. If they play a game that you hate, that's okay too. You can move on. Just don't rag on them on the way out. People are going to part ways, right? They're going to move to different games. They're going to do different things. I might not be funny anymore to you. I might not be valuable to you anymore. Unsub if you don't like my content anymore. If I go to Diablo and you're just like, God, I hate this, that's okay. It is scary knowing that can happen, but I think that as long as it's like an amicable breakup and it's like, hey, I'm not playing the game you like anymore. I'm sorry. I'm going to do some other stuff. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. That's cool. And if you are feeling like with 1010, or even someone like myself that isn't posting Genshin anymore, potentially moving away from Honkai literally 2 or 3 days from now, if you see our content and it's not for you, you're not married to it. It's free content. And it's our job to entertain our audience or find a new audience. You don't owe it to us. You don't owe it to anyone but yourself to be enjoying the content that you're watching. And so that's the risk we take. That's the things we do. And I feel like a lot of content creators feel like they're held hostage by the audience. But it's not. It's our job to keep growing and keep making good content and hopefully find those new audiences if you can't provide the same content that you did. Anyways, I've been rambling forever. Have a great day, everyone. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.